Hi folks, I am Miranda and you are here with May Yoga. Today's video is going to be a quick flow practice tailored more towards beginners, so this will be a gentle quick flow. So not too intense, but you will be moving with your breath. For props today, I would recommend having that water nearby is always a good idea. No other props will be required, but if this is your first time practicing with me, please check the description below this video, find a link for a separate video called Tips for a Safe Yoga Practice, and watch that first. So we're going to come to a standing position, Tadasana, at the front of the mat, and I will see you there.
All right, my friends, so everyone finding Tadasana, mountain pose, arms relaxed to the side, palms face forward, closing the eyes and taking a few breaths here. Drawing the hands together at the heart, finding the steadiness of mountain pose. Opening the eyes, begin. Inhale, swoop the arms up to the sky. We're going to moving into some cactus arms. So exhale, draw the elbows down. Inhale, hands up. 3 of these. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Draw the hands up to the sky for the inhale. Last one, exhale and inhale. Folding forward, Uttanasana, all the way forward before inhaling to a half lift. Breathing out, folding forward, and then start to roll yourself up, stacking the vertebrae up on top of each other till you come to standing, hands on the hips. We're going to work to some balance work. So left leg, we're going to draw the left knee forward and then kick it to the back. Inhale, knee comes to the front, and then exhale to the back. Last one, draw the knee forward and back, letting that back foot fall. And then we're going to fold forward over that front leg to draw the hands down to the mat before stepping down to a downward dog. Maybe walking the feet out, walk the dog here, releasing the legs a bit. And then we're going to move from downward dog to a tabletop. So drop those knees so they're below the hips, hands come below the shoulders, finding your beautiful tabletop pose. And then cat-cows. So looking up to the sky on the inhale, exhale, chin comes to chest. Moving with the breath here, inhale, cat-cow, exhale, cat pose. And final one, drop the belly, looking forward and up. And round the spine, pull the belly button in on the exhale. Back to neutral tabletop, and then push into the balls of the feet to come to down dog again. Pushing into the hands to disperse the weight out of the wrist, moving to plank, and then taking your first vinyasa down to the mat. Swim through on the inhale, finding that down dog and holding this one for 3 breaths. So really walking the dog out here, pedaling those feet, stretching deep into the legs here. And then left leg floats up, exhale, step it to the front. Inhale, right foot steps forward and fold. Bend those knees, swan, reverse swan dive to the top. And then hands come back to the heart, close the eyes here. Preparing to move to the other side, right side this time. Making sure you don't have the water bottle close like I would have kicked it just then. Open the eyes and we're going to begin. Spin the knees, inhale, sweep up. And then cactus arms with a twist. Draw the elbows down and turn to one side. Inhale to the top and twist to the other side. This is all working to the upper body here. Your lower body should be pretty stable. Getting some core work here and doing 3 sets of these. Movement with breath, very important in Vinyasa Flow practices. Coming back up to the top, breathing out and folding forward, Uttanasana. On the in-breath, lift yourself up halfway, and then draw the hands down. Again, rolling yourself up here, taking it nice and easy, stacking those vertebrae, coming to the top. Moving to the balance work on the right leg. So inhale, and you're going to draw that right knee forward, and then exhale, kick it back. Don't have to be big movements here, just as long as it's some balance work and you're moving with the breath. On that last one, let that back foot fall, and then you're going to square yourself, fold over that front leg, and kick back to down dog. Staying here for just a moment before we work ourselves back to tabletop. And from this tabletop, we're going to be doing alternating arms and leg lifts. So left arm and right leg are going to lift together. On your next inhale, lift up, and then exhale back to tabletop, switching sides, and return to tabletop. 3 sets of these. It is balance work. It doesn't have to be big movements. Like I said, as long as you're doing the balance work here, then working with the breath, that's what's important. Final set, right leg, right arm, left leg, and back to tabletop. Tuck the toes under, push into the balls of the feet to down dog. And then we're going to go towards taking our vinyasa, dropping the knees to kind of show you the easier option here. If you want to keep it more gentle on yourself, you can always drop down to the knees and then back to down dog. Staying for 3 breaths, making sure that your ears are in line between your arms, pulling the belly in, and moving with the right leg up. Exhale it to the front. Left foot steps forward, and then fold. Bend the knees, take the pressure out of the lower back. Reverse swan dive up, and exhale to the heart. Taking just a moment here, maybe taking a little bit of water if you feel like it with me today. And we're going to be working towards our second set here, starting off the same, doing a lot of warrior poses. So opening the eyes, and we're going to begin. Bend the knees, inhale, swoop up. Exhale, just 1 cactus arm here. Inhale to the top, and fold forward, Uttanasana. Breathing in, Ardha Uttanasana. Fold forward, hands come down. You're going to step that left foot back. We're working towards our warrior 1. So you want that front knee at 90 degrees. You can always drop that back foot so that it's perpendicular if you need a little bit more grounding. Swooping the arms up, warrior 1. Hips are square to the front of the mat. And now moving to warrior 2. Feet are perpendicular to each other. Arms are stretched wide. Open those shoulders nice and open there. And then moving to peaceful warrior. So that right arm just floats up to the sky before going to extended side angle to the front. Long line of that left fingertips to left foot. And you're going to pinwheel ourselves back to reverse warrior, getting a lovely back bend here, stretching, having that breath, and then pinwheeling yourself to the front. Hands come down to the mat, and we're stepping back, and then we're going to be taking that vinyasa. So dropping down, swimming through to up dog, exhale, finding that down dog, sticking there for 3 breaths. Always walking the feet out if you need a little bit more work there. And now finishing it off the left side, bringing it to the front. Inhale, right foot steps forward, and then fold. Bend the knees, reverse swan dive up, and then draw yourself back to the heart, closing the eyes, returning to Tadasana. Other side, inhale, swoop up, cactus arm movement, breathing out and folding forward. Inhale, flat back, and then exhale, hands come down to the mat, right foot steps back, making sure your feet are hip width distance apart to give you that stability. Always can turn that back foot if you need. And then swooping those arms forward and up. Warrior 1, squaring the hips to the front, and then moving to warrior 2. 90-degree bend in that front knee. Finding your peaceful warrior next, just floating that left arm all the way up to the sky before moving to extended side angle. Right arm, straight line. And now moving to the back, reverse warrior, going into that back bend. That right hand is above or below that right knee. Pinwheel yourself to the front, placing the hands, and stepping back to plank, dropping the knees if you need to before taking your vinyasa. Holding in those gorgeous down dogs for 3 breaths. And finishing it off, right foot comes to the front, left foot steps forward and fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive coming up and bringing it back to the heart with the eyes closed. Giving yourself a few moments here. Now maybe you want to take a little bit of water before we finish our third and final set of the Surya Namaskar. We will have a little bit more floor work, a pretty nice hip opener with our lizard poses. So let's get ready for that here. Hands together, back at the heart, giving yourself the sturdiness of a mountain pose before we begin. Open the eyes and begin. Inhale, swoop up. Cactus arm down, and then back to the top. Folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Bringing the hands down, stepping that left foot back. Again, finding that lunge here, feet are hip width distance apart to give you your stability. You can turn that back foot again if you need. A little extra help if you do require that. And swoop the arms up. We're going to be going to helicopter arm twist is what I call this. So on the exhale, twisting your torso and dropping the arms in opposite directions. When it comes to the top, you're inhaling. You're doing 3 sets of these. Exhale, twisting the opposite direction. Inhale to the top. And last one here. And then folding forward, you're going to straighten that front leg, doing a standing split for a moment. Before dropping that left knee, pointing the left foot back and extending that right leg straight. Half monkey. Doing hip flexor work. Inhaling, moving yourself to the front. Exhale, hips to the back. 3 sets of these. Just getting deeper into the hip flexors here. And last one. To the back. And now coming back to that lunge, you're going to move the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Walk that right foot to the outer edge of your mat. We're finding our Uttan Pristasana, our lizard poses today. Fantastic hip opener. Right knee is at 90 degrees. Now we're going to bring a little arm work into this, little twist. Keeping that knee there, you're going to lift up the right arm and kind of float it to the back, letting your left hip fall towards the ground. Coming back to the front and doing 3 of these. So you see that back foot turns, the outside edge of your left foot comes towards the ground. Last one with the arms swinging back, and now lift yourself up. Hips lift up, your arms float up and over the body. Exhale down and doing 3 of these. Just kind of incorporating the whole body while still getting a lovely benefit of your lizard pose. Exhale, hips strap down, and then swing that arm back to the front. We're moving towards our down dog, bringing the hands back to the original spot, and then stepping back, down dog for a moment, reset the hips, and take your vinyasa now. Don't forget your breath. Make sure you're not holding those gorgeous breaths. And holding in this down dog for 3, of course. Finishing off the side, left leg floats up. Step it to the front. Exhale, fold. Inhale, draw yourself up. And bring it back to your center, closing the eyes. Just a few breaths here before we finish off this last Surya Namaskar. Open the eyes and begin. Draw yourself up. Cactus arm 1 time. Inhale to the top. Exhale, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana. And fold, hands come down, right foot steps back. And then we're going to go into that beautiful lunge. Dropping that back knee is always an option, of course. When you're ready, float the arms up, and we're moving towards our helicopter arm twist now. This is kind of a continuation of the balance work, tying movement with breath, getting a great workout throughout the whole body. If you are working on balance, you're working on strengthening, range, flexibility, you got it all. Drawing your arms up, and then straightening that front leg, doing a brief standing split before moving towards our hip flexor work. So back knee drops, back foot points forward, and then going to that half bunkie. And now we'll be doing our hip flexor work. Inhale to the front, exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. 3 of these. Really bringing a little bit of focus into those awesome hips of ours. Hold so much tightness in this area. Last one. And now we're moving to lizard pose. So left hand comes to the inside of the left foot. Walk it out to the outer edge of the mat. That right foot is pointed back. Staying up on our hands, not going too intense here, because we will be bringing the movement of our arms here. So now, putting the weight into that right hand, float that left arm back. Moving with the breath when you inhale to the front, exhale, turn to the back. You can always be on the ball of that back foot if you want a little bit more of a challenge. And then lifting up, exhale, hips drop down. Inhale, draw those hips up, stretch overhead, and down. Kind of just a nice variety here on our Uttam Pristhasana. Coming back, one more bonus little lift there. And now back to the front, returning to regular Uttam Pristhasana for a moment. And now walking that left foot back towards the center, moving to downward dog to reset for just a brief moment before we take our final vinyasa. Coming to plank, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, inhale, upward, exhale, down. Staying here, last down dog of the day, so really make it count, pushing those heels back as deep as you can, and then finishing it all off with the right foot. Right foot floats up, 3-legged downward dog, exhale, draw it to the front, inhale, left foot steps forward, and fold. Bend the knees, inhale, reverse swan dive, up to the top, and exhale, Samastiti, back to the heart, closing the eyes. And even though this was a more gentle and shorter practice, hopefully you're feeling those differences in the body, noticing those subtle changes, the heat you built up in certain parts, the range that you have increased, feeling appreciation to those beautiful bodies for all of the work that it has done for you. And of course, if you did enjoy this practice with me today, I do ask that you hit the like button, that you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and leave any feedback that you wish below. I hope to see you again on the mat very, very soon, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.